November 2013. Washington, Illinois is hit by a massive EF4 tornado, leaving wide-scale destruction behind. Understanding what creates such powerful storms is the goal of WYU Assistant Professor of Geography, Dr. Marcus Bucher. Thanks to a $200,000 grant from the National Science Foundation, he and two of his students are working on a 3-year project to better understand tornadoes.
And I'm attacking the problem of how tornadoes form, which thunderstorms are going to produce tornadoes, which ones will not.
Dr. Bucher uses a high-powered computer to simulate a supercell storm. He then injects it with a computerized dye which shows up as a magenta color.
What I'm going to put on here next is where the spin is increasing, and it's in that interaction zone there and also there, and that's the part that actually would come down farther and become the tornado. You can kind of see it almost looks tornado-like. Because right now the average lead time is about 13 minutes. If we can just extend that even 4 or 5 or 6 minutes, that would have the potential to save a lot of lives.
After the storm comes the long road of recovery. That's where WYU Emergency Management Assistant Professor Dr. Jack Rozdilsky comes in. Dr. Rozdilsky recently went to Washington with a group of students to help the city develop long-term recovery plans. He says that there are some important things that we can learn from the aftermath of these kinds of storms. First, the damage.
By looking at the types of damage and the patterns of damage after a tornado, how better to advise communities how to prepare perhaps for the next tornado in terms of tornado safety and sheltering.
Debris that stays on the ground too long can also hinder recovery.
That may serve as a deterrent for people coming back to build new houses quickly because they would be surrounded by a mess.
Community recovery is also important to get a town back on its feet.
I have seen situations before where communities rebuild physically, but then no one is showing up to inhabit the new houses because the sense of the community is not there.
Stephen Johnson, KHQA News, Macomb.